Welcome to your free English lesson. This series will focus on the alphabet. This lesson will cover alphabetical order. It is important to write when you are asked to. It helps you to learn. You can use a whiteboard, but ideally a notebook would be best. That way, you can keep a record of your learning. There are 5 intended learning outcomes to achieve by the end of the lesson. 1. We are learning that the alphabet has a specific order. 2. We are learning that knowing the order of the alphabet is a life skill. 3. We are learning to say the letters of the alphabet in order. 4. We are learning to sort words in alphabetical order by looking at the first letter. 5. We are learning to sort words in alphabetical order when the initial letters are the same. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. These letters are in a specific order. The upper and lowercase letters in order are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. These lessons will break up the memorization process. This lesson will focus on the next 4 letters. Say this letter after me. When I pause, you repeat the letter. W. Now say these letters. When I pause, you repeat the letters. W, X. Now say these letters. When I pause, you repeat the letters. W, X, Y. Now say these letters. When I pause, you repeat the letters. W, X, Y, Z. Repeat these letters 3 times. Then write them down, saying each letter as you write. When I pause at the end, you repeat the letters. W, X, Y, Z. W, X, Y, Z. W, X, Y, Z. Repeat all of the letters. This is the entire alphabet. Then write them down, saying each letter as you write. When I pause at the end, you repeat the letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. When words and names are sorted, they are always in alphabetical order. This can be seen in lists, files, titles, bibliographies, references, and books on library shelves by author name. It is a life skill to independently sort into alphabetical order. It is essential to know the order of the alphabet by heart. There is a simple trick to sort words and names into alphabetical order. Just look at the first letter of the word. For example, X-ray, water, zebra, yard. Water begins with W, so it is first in order. X-ray begins with X, so it is next in order. Yard begins with Y, so it is next in order. Zebra begins with Z, so it is next in order. Water, X-ray, yard, zebra, W, X, Y, Z. These words are now in alphabetical order. If the initial letters are the same, look at the subsequent letters. Each of these words begins with the letter W. Wheel, web, wave, wind. Look at the second letter in each word. The second letter in wheel is H. The second letter in web is E. The second letter in wave is A. The second letter in wind is I. Each of these words begins with W. By looking at the second letters, we can see that A comes first, followed by E, H, and I. Wave, web, wheel, wind. These words are now in alphabetical order. The same pattern applies for any words that have the same initial letters. Look for the first letters that are different. Put those letters in alphabetical order. The names of these places all begin with the letters Z, A. Zanzibar, Zagreb, Zambia. The third letters of these words are different. The third letter in Zanzibar is N. The third letter in Zagreb is G. The third letter in Zambia is M. Each of these words begins with ZA. By looking at the third letters, we can see that G comes first, M comes next, and N is next. Zagreb, Zambia, Zanzibar. These words are now in alphabetical order. Write the following words in alphabetical order. Each of these words begins with one of the four letters introduced in this lesson. Set 1. Xylophone, zoo, yogurt, whistle. Set 2. Zaria, Yukon, Jalapa, Wellington. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answers. Check your answers. These words are in alphabetical order by looking at the initial letters. Whistle begins with W. Xylophone begins with X. Yogurt begins with Y. Zoo begins with Z. W, X, Y, Z. Wellington begins with W. Jalapa begins with X. Yukon begins with Y. Zaria begins with Z. W, X, Y, Z. These words are in alphabetical order. Here is an extender for anyone who would like a challenge. Write the following words in alphabetical order. Look at the first letters that are different and order them. Set 1. Wheat, whip, whale, whiteboard. Set 2. Zamora, Zabol, Zadar, Zaragoza. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answers. Check your answers. These words are in alphabetical order by looking at the subsequent letters that are different. The third letter in whale is A. The third letter in wheat is E. The third letter in whip is I. A comes first, then E, then I. The third letter in whiteboard is also I, so we look at the fourth letters. The fourth letter in whip is P. The fourth letter in whiteboard is T. P comes first, then T. The third letter in Zabol is B. The third letter in Zadar is D. The third letter in Zamora is M. The third letter in Zaragoza is R. B, D, M, R. Thank you for watching this video. Watch it as many times as you need to master the intended learning outcomes. I hope that the content helped you to learn more about alphabetical order. Watch Lesson 6 to practice the entire alphabet. Please like and subscribe for more lessons. There is a lot to learn, so don't give up. Keep believing in yourself, and you will learn. See you next time. Bye.